Trying to make friends with the prisoners, Pink? Fuck you. I've been to Shattered Hoof twice. Twice. They couldn't break me. Hightower won't either. Hightower jail? Rampage rolled her eyes, tapping her lips. Let's see. Civil disobedience, trespassing, defiance of royal edict, theft, larceny, burglary, curfew violations, trafficking stolen goods, distribution of controlled substances, lewd misconduct, and fraternization with the enemy. She netted her eyes at me. So, you gonna take me upstairs? My turn in the attic? Fucking Pinks. She spat in my face. Maybe, I said, trying to think fast as I wiped it away. There was a narrow window before her personalities became aware and freaked out. What happens in the attic? Oh, you don't want to ask that, Pink. Big trouble to ask that. You ask that and they throw you in the cell, cut you open. Then she looked at P-21. Shoot you in the fucking head. Then she blinked. Shoot you in the fucking head. She started looking around and hugged her head as her pupils constricted. Shit. She stammered as she started to shake. They shot me in the fucking head! I grabbed her shoulders and stared into her eyes as she started to cry. Razor wire? Focus. Who did? Why? They shot me! They fucking shot me! Fucking shot me! She screamed louder and louder before she looked at me. I'm dead! I'm dead! They fucking shot me and I'm dead! She wrapped her little forelegs around mine. You killed me! You fucking killed me, you Pink! Even as a filly, she was damn strong, and I was just barely holding her. I wasn't going to snap her out of it the easy way. Yes, you were killed, Razorwire, but not by me. I didn't kill you. She screamed and fought with me in a thrashing frenzy, her power hooves sparking as they kicked my legs. I didn't kill you! I told her again and again. Her rage slackened off, her struggles growing weaker and weaker before she finally stared at me with a forlorn, wide-eyed expression. Blackjack? She whispered, her bottom lip shaking. Yes, Rampage? I asked softly as she slowly bowed her head. She fell against me, sobbing. They killed her, Blackjack. She was so mad. Why did they kill her? You remember her? I asked as I held her firmly in my hooves. Like reading a book a long time ago. She sniffed. She was a criminal, a thief. She boasted that stealing was her special talent. Thought of herself as daring do. She sighed, holding her head as she sniffed and shook. Daring... right, the Pegasus from those adventure books. From what little I remembered, the comparison might have been accurate. Really loved the bucks. Partied hard, got special favors for Pinkie Pie. Scared to fucking death of her. She sniffed and rubbed her eyes. Got caught in a raid selling to zebra refugees. Got sent to Hightower. She thought Pinkie Pie would bail her out again, but she didn't. Left her to rot. And the guards killed her? I asked softly, stroking her mane. She pushed me away, though, then sniffed and rubbed her nose. Yeah. They cut her open and put something inside. Then, bang. She shook her head. Wow. This is the first time I actually... Then she frowned a little. In fact, she looked a bit spooked. What? First time about what? I prompted. Don't worry about it. She replied with a sigh, looking up at the catwalks over the mechanical tree. There's gotta be a way up there. Let's find it. Finish Jerky Pony off. And go. Yeah. I'm worried about Scotch, I said with a frown as we trot to a stairwell on the far side of the room. The pale blanks moved out of our way, staring dully. A few seemed to be dying of hunger. A part of me wanted badly to give them food. Maybe with enough time they might become more like Boo. Or maybe she'd stepped in some flux and it'd done something to her. As we reached the top of the stairs, I put my forehooves on the rail, looked at the strange tree. "What are you thinking?" Rampage asked. Sanguine said he could clone me some new organs. Even a whole new body? If he had Chimera. I frowned, knitting my brows together. What if we could use Chimera to help Scotch? Do you have a clue how to? I'm pretty sure none of us have a mad scientist certification. I mean, I don't, Rampage torted. Then she knit her brows together. At least I hope I don't. I gave a little half smile, but it faded as I looked back at the golden tree and watched as one of the pods opened up and dropped a drippy, goopy blank mare on the ground. She blinked and just sat there looking around, well, blankly. Okay. I hated the thought, but I had to say it. We would need Sanguine's help, I said quietly. Suddenly, a harsh snarl sounded from P-21 that made all three of us stare, Boo included. He glared at me with disgust. Well, I'm just so glad that Priest, Dusty Trails, and countless more died for nothing, he growled in a low, harsh voice. It had been a long time since I'd seen him speak to me like that. It had been since we just left 99. Bravo, Blackjack! I think you're the only pony in the wasteland capable of brushing all that off. I'd rather he'd hit me than have said that. I'm not saying we let him win. I'm saying we get EC-1101 and make him use Chimera to help your daughter, I said sharply. Then he jerked as if I'd kicked him. I looked at P-21 and Rampage. There's something that Sanguine wants. I think it's more than just this building. Maybe we can work out a deal? P-21 snorted in disgust. I'm pretty sure that even if we got really lucky, the deal we make with him is going to include letting me go, Rampage pointed out. So we promise him whatever he wants, get Scotch's clone, and then kill him, P-21 said, so rather matter-of-factly that it chilled me. Worse, a part of me agreed with him. Kill him afterwards. That sounded so neat, so pat, so exactly what Sanguine would do. When I'd lost EC-1101, it was like losing Stable 99 and Scootle. There were moments where my actions had led to complete failure and terrible consequences for others. I wanted to win so badly that I could taste it. He'd probably believe me if I told him we'd let him go. I had that whole noble idiot thing going. P-21 could rig something to go boom. We could do it. We could not only win, but also get vengeance on the bloody monster. And I wanted to do as well. I had to admit that. I wanted to win. After being chased, shot up, and raped, I wanted to be given the end. I wanted to be the one to trot away with everything because I was the sneaky pony who got away with it. All I had to do was get EC-1101, promise him whatever he wanted, get it, then kill him. Then an orange pony bucked me right inside the head. What was that what I wanted? Deep down, vengeance on all my enemies? Lie, cheat, steal, destroy? Was that what security was all about now? I didn't know anymore. I felt myself slipping away. I wanted to win, and I wanted to be a good pony, to do better. Couldn't I do both? Was that asking too much? In the wasteland, yes. Well, we're putting the cart in front of the pony, I muttered. Sanguine might not even have given us a choice. I'd rather kill him rather than let him just escape or kill P-21. With me taking the lead, we walked up till we met along the pipes. A narrow catwalk just wide enough for one pony led gradually uphill, toward Sanguine and EC-1101. The pipes emerged into an enormous hexagonal room, a room I'd seen before. Twilight had accused him of copying Maripony. I didn't know how accurate that was. But in this place I saw almost exactly what I'd seen in Spike's cave. It was a cruder design. The ceiling was held up by 6 massive pillars instead of being standing free under a volcanic chimney, and instead of computer equipment, these walls were covered with pipes and mechanisms. Flickering lights blinked on and off over a massive lake of pink mist that undiluted and swirled around heaps of machinery, barely visible through the fog. The air tasted foul and poisonous. And there were warning signs everywhere. Some were almost as large as the Hoovington Arena's scoreboard. Warning: absolutely no eating or drinking on the floor, no matter how good it smells. Warning: absolutely no sneezing. Warning: report all and any instances of music and or singing. Do not participate in any musical numbers. Warning: anything and everything can explode when thrown, even you. Warning: report to medical if you find your body drastically different when you wake up tomorrow. Blue spots equals bad spots. Warning: be on alert for unusual weather shifts. In the event of catastrophic flux spill, please think of your fellow workers and activate the water flush system. We will remember your sacrifice. Only you can prevent a horrible fate worse than death. Of course, they were slightly better than the other signs. We're not just mixing chemicals and dangerous substances here, we're making science. When in doubt, throw science against the wall. See what sticks. You're a trusted friend in science. Not never, but now. Your right to work, no matter how hazardous, horrible, or harmful that work may be. 3-bit work. Aren't you glad you're being paid for? Donkeys. Doing your part for Equestria. Then, on each pillar, I saw a red box about the size of a pony. The warning on these was far more straightforward. Warning: high explosives. I had a sneaking suspicion that most of the employees here had been illiterate, desperate, or suicidal. In the very center was a large metal pillar. Pipes of all sorts sprang from it, some coming up to meet the pipes running underneath the catwalk I was on, while most dropped down to the strange machines. A metal catwalk ring surrounded the pillar about 20 or so feet from it. Carefully, the 4 of us made our way over to that poisoned expanse towards the pillar. A guard lounged where the catwalk we were on joined the ring surrounding the silver spire. She might not have been taking her job seriously, though, given that she was smoking and looking out at the mist. But I couldn't think of any way we could get close enough to take her out without giving her a chance to get off a warning. And shooting in here, even I could tell that would be a bad idea. Then I looked back at P-21, who was staring out into space with a sour expression. I nudged him and pointed at the ramp with a guard. He frowned and lifted persuasion in his hooves with a questioning look. I rolled my eyes, then shook my head, mimicking lifting something with my hooves and puckering my lips. He looked at me like I'd lost my mind, then blinked and nodded. Silently, he moved closer and pulled Scalpel's blowgun out of his bags. He raised it to his lips and fired without a sound. The dart pinged off the rail next to her, and I felt my mane stand on end as she bent over to examine it. Fortunately, the second dart buried itself into her rump. The fixer and moon dust mix shot into her, and she swayed on her hooves before flopping onto her face.